It's one of the biggest days in the Hong Kong racing calendar this Sunday. A huge crowd anticipated at Sha Tin for the Chinese New Year race meeting with an 11-race card. Here's what we've got coming up on today's edition of HK Direct. And we're going to say goodbye to Alexi Bedell, who's had a great 3.5-month stint in Hong Kong. He joins us in the studio to reflect on that stint and to talk about this horse, Sha Tin, who will ride in Sunday's feature, the Hong Kong Classic Cup. He's up against the hot favourite, though, Nothing I Like More, an impressive winner of the Hong Kong Classic Mile. Alexi, great to have you in the studio today. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Let's look at what you've done in the last 3.5 months here in Hong Kong. 14 winners. Are you happy with the way this stint has turned out for you?
I think so. You know, as a jockey, you want more and more and more, but I tried very hard, very seriously, and I think I've been pretty lucky with horses and the way it works for me in Hong Kong. So yes, I think I'm very satisfied.
Let's look back at the very beginning. You, of course, came here for a winter stint. Last season, you rode 7 winners. Was it always your intention to come back for this season in Hong Kong?
Yes, of course. Even for my first season in Hong Kong, everyone was very kind with me. The jockey club was very good with me, you know, and of course it was very interesting for me because I had a lot of support, and 7 winners was good quality, was very good, you know, so I cannot wait for come back to Hong Kong.
In one of your first meetings here, you rode a double, but then you had a stretch from mid-November to mid-December where you didn't ride a winner for that period of time. Were there any doubts or any thoughts that the stint might not go as well as you had hoped?
Sure, you know, of course I was a bit disappointed because when I came to Hong Kong this winter, I really I was really focused, and my objective was very high, you know. So with a bit of patience and hard work, you still find it. So it was very good.
I read an article too where you said that you had watched the way that Zach Purton, for instance, rides at Happy Valley, riding against jockeys here from all different parts of the world. Do you feel this has been a good learning experience for you? Yeah,
of course. I met a lot of very good jockeys. Probably most of them are maybe the best in the world. So it was a very good experience for me, and it makes me progress, of course. Even Zach, Joe, maybe a lot of very good jockeys in Hong Kong. So you try to learn to just don't repeat the same mistakes. So it's good.
Looking at the trainers that you've ridden winners for here too, the likes of Frankie Law, Tony Millard, Danny Shum, Richard Gibson, Peter Ho, was it your intention after last season, you had a lot of support from, say, Danny Shum, but did you want to come here and increase your support base?
Yes, of course, but it's not a secret, you know. Hong Kong is plenty of handicap races, so you need to ride for every trainer if you want to be really successful, and if you want to win many races, even make a double, win 3 races a day, you know. So you need to make you need to study. You need to make a real good effort to adapt and to find good horses, because it's very close. Every races are very close.
So have you found that you've had to do a lot of homework then to be able to find which horses you should be riding and getting on in these handicap races?
Yes, that's right.
Also, a couple of horses I wanted to ask you about that you've won on here too. Radiant Steed recently joined the Richard Gibson stable this season. You've won twice on him. Is he a horse that can keep improving, can keep winning?
I think so. I rode the horse first time in Happy Valley, and he gave me a very good feeling, even if I think I ran 7 or 8, but the horse gave me a very good feeling. So I was very happy to ride him again in Sha Tin, and he really surprised me, and he did it again. So I think the horse is really good, and I hope he can do it again.
Okay, well, let's hope Sunday, of course, is your last day of riding this stint in Hong Kong. Let's hope that you can finish it off with a big winner. Of course, our feature race is the Hong Kong Classic Cup. It's the second leg of the 4-year-old series, and it's attracted a top-class field, $10 million race. The one they're all going to have to beat is Nothing I Like More, a winner of 6 of his 7 starts. Exultant should appreciate the step up in distance. Singapore Sling was the runner-up in the Hong Kong Classic Mile, the first leg of the series. The Golden Age is his first run at Sha Tin for the season. Rivet from the John Moore stable, more than lucky actually, beat Nothing I Like More in a barrier trial recently. Alexi rode Riven in the Hong Kong Classic Mile last time. We'll speak about him shortly. Alexi, though, will be riding Ratton. He'll tell us more in due course. Beauty Miles has come up with the widest possible barrier, and Grand Chancellor is the lowest rated horse of the 13 of them to line up in the race. So Lexi, let's talk about Ratton. Of course, you've had good support from Richard Gibson this stint. You haven't ridden him in a race, but you have ridden him some track work leading in. What's he like as a horse to ride?
I think the horse is really improving compared to his first win. You know, he step by step he made a very good, impressive effort, and I think the horse he come at the right time because he looks fresh enough. I don't think he had very hard fights, so I think he's very confident and fresh enough, you know. So it's very interesting to see how he can do in a Group 1 races.
That's his most recent run we just saw there. He finished second to Sergeant Titanium, but was finishing off strongly. For you, the fact that he's finished off well over 1,800 metres here, where there are other horses in the race that it's an unknown, the distance, does that give you extra confidence heading into Sunday?
Yes, for sure. The distance will suit him definitely. The question is, do we need a fast pace or no? Will be a tactical race or a very fast race? That's a good question. I think the horse is really mature, and which is an advantage.
Let's have a look at the main lead-up race. Of course, this is the Hong Kong Classic Mile. Couple that we'll highlight here, several coming out of it, but the ones we'll focus on, the winner, Nothing I Like More, who'll go around as the hot favourite on Sunday. And this horse here, interested in your thoughts on Riven, who you rode on this day. But firstly, Alexi, Nothing I Like More, is he the one you have to beat?
Yes, definitely. He's he's the horse we should keep an eye on him. And he has an impressive turn of foot, and I don't think the distance can be a problem for him. I definitely think he can suit him.
And what about Riven, who you rode on this day? He led. What did you think of that performance?
It's hard to judge because I don't think last time when I rode him he was fit enough. I don't think he was ready. I lead the race. Maybe a bit too fast. He wasn't very fit enough, so it's hard to tell how can he improve after this.
Overall then, going into the Classic Cup on Sunday, your confidence levels with Ratton? Do you think you can win?
Of course I need to be confident. The jockey has to be confident. So let's see what happens.
Okay, he's the main ride for you on Sunday. Of the 11 races, you've got 7 rides. Let's have a look at those rides coming up. 7 rides. The other feature for the day is the Chinese New Year Cup. You ride Simply Invincible. You rode him in some track work this week. It's his first run for 2 months. How does he feel?
Feels good. The horse looks in great shape. You know, he's a lovely horse, very easy. So it's hard to tell. But I think with the lightweight, and if the horse feels good, I have a good draw, which is important. You never know.
Is there any other horse that we should be looking out for from those rides of yours on Sunday?
Maybe Roundabout. Should be a consistent horse. I ran on second last time, and he's he's in good form, you know. So I'm very confident.
Okay, Sunday, as I mentioned before, is your last day riding in Hong Kong this stint. How will you be feeling coming to the end of what's been a successful few months here for you?
I feel good. I'm very happy to come back to France, and because I have all my families, and and everything, but I will definitely miss Hong Kong. You know, it's a very good place to be, and I feel very, very happy, very lucky to be part of Hong Kong races.
Will we see you back here in the future?
Of course. Hope so.
We hope so too. Thank you for your time today. Before we leave though, let's recap the details for Sunday's coverage. Huge day of racing, 11 races. Trackside live coverage starts at 12 o'clock Hong Kong time. The feature race is race 9, the Hong Kong Classic Cup at 4:40. For more information, go to the website hkjc.com or go to Twitter at hkjc_racing. Alexi, it's been a pleasure to see you and to see you do so well in this stint here in Hong Kong. Good luck not only for Sunday, but also for the upcoming season in France.
Thank you very much.
Thank you there to Alexi Bedell joining us on this week's edition of HK Direct as our special guest. Don't forget to join us not only on Sunday at Sha Tin, but on next week's edition of the show where we preview the 2 Group 1s and also look at the return of Pakistan Star. But until next time, it's goodbye.